Okay, so good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, class. Today we are going to report about simple strain. So, brief introduction is the stress strain diagram. And if you notice, from point O to the proportional unit is a straight line. So we can say that the stress is directly proportional to strain or the strain weight formula, where the concept of proportionality A is called the modulus of elasticity E and is the slope from O to B. Since the stress is equal to force over area and the strain is equal to the deformation over the original length, by substituting the values to the equation earlier, we can get this final formula for the deformation, which is force times length over cross-sectional area times the modulus of elasticity. But that only applies for uniform, if it has uniform cross-sectional areas. It doesn't have a uniform cross-sectional area like this one. The differential length, and we will use differentiation to get the information. This is the formula where the area is E times Y, and E times Y, if it's variable, it must be expressed in terms of X. For a rod suspended vertically from one end, the total elongation between its own length is this one. So we can say that for vertically suspended materials, it doesn't need force for it to have elongation. Sometimes its own weight can make it elongate. Stiffness is the ratio of the steady force acting on an elastic body to the resulting displacement. Now we're going to subtopic axial deformation. Problem: an aluminum bar having a cross-sectional area of 0.5 inches squared carries the axial loads applied at the positions shown in the figure. Compute the total length of the bar. The elongation is 10 times 10 to the 6 pounds per square inch. Show that the bar is suitably placed to prevent bumping. So we can see that the rigid bar is already balanced. It's the force on the right and the force on the bar. We can see that it only has a 6,000 pound force to the left. So we can say that the 6,000 force to the right is needed for it to be balanced. Thus, the force is 6,000 pounds in extension, and the length is 3 feet. Using the formula, we just substitute the given values. 6,000 is 3 in feet. We will multiply it to get inches. 0.5 inches squared 10 times 10 to the 6 PSI. Okay, the deformation for the first bar will be 0.043 inches. For the second bar, you can see two forces acting on it. A force to the right and a force to the left. Subtracting the force, we will get a compression force of 1,000 pounds. The length of the bar is 5 feet. So again, substituting the formula, substituting the values in the given formula, you can get the deformation for 0.012 inches. For the last bar, if you have a section, you can see many forces acting on it. But if we subtract the force on the right minus the force on the left, we will get a tensile force of 4,000 pounds. And the length of the bar is 4 feet. Again, substituting the values in the given formula, we get the elevation for the deformation for the third bar to 0.084 inches. So that's not the answer yet. We know that the bar 1 will have tension, bar 2 will have compression, and bar 3 will have tension. So the total elongation of the bar will be the tension in the first bar minus the compression in the second bar plus the tension on the third bar. If we substitute the values, we get the total elongation, the total deformation of the bar to be 0.0696 inches. For further examples for axial deformation, I group in Kaiser Malcolm. leave guys Armando, and I'm here to further discuss more about some problems about axial deformation. Okay, let's start. Steel rod having a cross-sectional area of 300 millimeters square and the length of 150 meters is suspended vertically from one end. It supports a tensile load of 20 kilonewtons at the lower end. If the unit mass of steel is 7,850 kilograms per cubic meter, and the elasticity is equal to 200 times 100 raised to the third meganewtons per square meter, find the total elongation of the rod. So this is the figure. We can see that in the first figure, the rod is being elongated due to its weight, and for the second figure, it's due to the force applied. So let total elongation is equal to the elongation 1 plus elongation 2, which is the elongation 1 is due to its own weight, like I've said previously, and for the elongation 2, it is due to the applied load. So to solve for the first elongation, it is equal to the force times the length of the rod over the cross-sectional area over the elasticity multiplied by its elasticity. For the force is equal to its weight, but take note that the given weight is in density, so we can convert it in newtons by converting the given to newtons. We divide it by 1000 millimeter squared, as you can see, and multiply by the gravitational constant, which is 9.81, gravity 9.81, times 300 millimeters squared, the cross-sectional area, and 150 meters for its length. So we gain 3465.325 newtons. And for its length, we must convert it into millimeter. So we just multiply by 1000 because that is the relationship between meter and millimeter. And we have the cross-sectional area, which is 300 millimeters squared, the elasticity, which is 200,000 megapascals. And solve for the first elongation, the force multiplied by its length over the area multiplied by its elasticity, and we gain 4.33 millimeters. And for the second scenario, we use second elongation, which is due to its weight, due to the force applied. So P is equal to 20 kilonewtons. It's equivalent also to 20,000 newtons. For the length, it is 150,000 millimeters, and same area and same elasticity. So by plugging all the values into the formula, we can get 50 millimeters. And to get the total elongation, we just add up the first elongation to the second elongation, which we will be arriving at the answer 54.30 millimeters. Okay, more problems. So the rigid bar ABC shown in the figure is reached at point A and supported by a steel rod at B. Determine the largest load B that can be applied at C. If the steel rod is limited to 30 KSI and the vertical movement of NC must not exceed 0.1 inch. So this is the figure. We have the steel. The length of the steel is 4 feet. Cross-sectional area 0.50 square inch. And the elasticity, it is in pound per square inch. So next slide, please. So based on maximum stress of steel rod, first we get the summation of moments at point A. It's like on statics. So 5 feet, point A. So 5 is the force feet and force of the steel. P sub S. So 5P is equal to 2PST. And we get P is equal to 0.4 P, force of the steel. So we know that force is equal to the stress times area. So substitute the formula. We get 0.4 times 30 KSI multiplied by the 0.50 square inch. And we get 6 kips. Next is based on movement at point C. So we notice there's a triangle here. This is what we call the elongation triangle. From similar triangles, we can get the elongation of scale is here, over 2 is equal to 0.1 inch over 5, the length of the line. And we get the elongation of the scale is equal to 0.04 inches. We all know that elongation is equal to the force times the length over the product of area and elasticity. And we know that the length of the rod is 4 feet, and we convert it into inches. 4 times 12 inches over 0.50 square inch times 29 times 26 psi is equal to 0.044 inch. And by solving for the force of the steel, we get 12,083.33 pounds. And for the at point A, summation of point A, moment at point A, 5P is equal to 2 force of the steel. So we get P is equal to 0.4 force of the steel. By substituting what we got here in that equation, we can get 4,833.33 pounds. And final answer is 4.83 kips.
My name is Adrian Alba and I'll be reporting sharing the information. Before we proceed to the question, we have to explain some of the important formulas that will be used in our question. So, shear forces cause shear deformation. An element subject to shear does not change in length, but undergoes a change in shape. So, shear deformation, if we have applied force here, there won't be a change in length, but there's only a change of shape. So this is the Young's modulus for shear strain. It's the angle, that is the angle that's being called shear strain. Shear strain is equal to the shear stress over the length. So in general, modulus of elasticity is equals to stress over strain. But in terms of shear deformation, modulus of elasticity as denoted by G is equals to shearing stress over shearing strain. Then it's also called modulus of rigidity. So we have Poisson's ratio as denoted by V. When a bar is subjected to a tensile loading, there is an increasing length of the bar in the direction of the applied load. There is also a decreasing lateral dimension perpendicular to the load. So this also applies to compression, where there will be an increasing length in the perpendicular force, where force applied in a certain direction, for example, X. So Poisson's ratio V is equals to negative shear strain of Y over shear strain of X, or if it's applied to a certain direction Z, V is equals to negative shear stress of Z, shear strain of Z over shear strain of X. So anyone know why it's negative? So it's negative because there's a applied force like tensile force, there's a counteracting acting compression that is active. So it's negative. There's an opposite effect. So as discussed before, axial deformation is the stress over the elasticity, the modulus of elasticity. In terms of biaxial deformation. For example, we have a plate. If you there's a both applied load in two directions like x and y, there will be an increase in there's an increase in the opposite perpendicular direction. So it's denoted by shear strain x is equal to shear stress f of x over E minus V shear stress of y over E. Same goes in terms of y. Triaxial deformation also now comes involving z. That's why it's the axis. There you go. So tensile stresses when the location are taken as positive is the our sign convention. Compressive stresses and contraction are taken as negative. Okay, next. So we can proceed to the question. A rectangular steel block is 3 inches long in the x direction, 2 inches long in the y direction, 4 inches long in the z direction. The block is subjected to a triaxial loading of 3 uniformly distributed forces as follows: 48 gives tension in the x direction, 60 gives compression in the y direction, and 54 gives tension in the z direction. If the Poisson's ratio is equals to 0.3, and the modulus of elasticity is equals to 29 times 10 raised to 6. That's 10 raised to 6 psi. Determine the single uniformly distributed load in the x direction that will produce the same deformation in the y direction as the original loading. This means that the original loading of a condition in shear strain of y should be equal to if solely the x only involves in is equals to when x is only involved in the condition. Whereas find px, so we're looking for the force in uniaxial condition where shear strain of y in a triaxial condition, there are 3 involved, is equal to the shear strain of x when there's only 1 involved. So we're looking for p of x when there's only 1 involved. So next. For triaxial deformation, tensile triaxial stress, V is equals to 0.3 and E equals to 29 times 10 raised to 6 psi. We will use this equation to find find the shear strain of y. It's equals to shear stress of y over E plus V shear stress of x over E plus V shear stress of z over E. So we can just filter it 1 over E and then also V. And we get each of the, since we have unknown components that are unknown in values, we will get that by using these areas given and the force given. So we get 6 KSI tension in shear stress of x, shear stress of y, we get 5 KSI compression. So this is negative. And shear stress of z, we get 9 KSI tension. So we can input all of this into here. And given E and given B. So shear strain of y, we get a negative 3.276 times 10 negative 4. It's negative because it's in compression. Okay, next. So now we're looking for the when x is only involved, no y and z. So at a uniaxial condition where x direction is the only force, where it is equal, the shearing strain x is equal to the shearing strain of y. That is from the previous condition where there are three involved, x, y, and z, we get a negative 3.276 times 10 negative 4. This is negative 4. So, using a Poisson's ratio, we derive it to get our shear stress of x, and we substitute this one and the given 0.3 Poisson's ratio, and then e 29 times 10 to 6. When we solve all of this, we can get shear stress x equals to 31,666.67 psi. So we're still looking for the force of x. So we get the area from the previous figure. This is given. This also the area is also given. 4 times 2, and we get P of x equals to 253,333.33 pounds, or 253.33 cubes. Thank you. Our next supporter is Piano Sambo.
Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, sir. Today I will discuss about statically indeterminate members. So first, let us define what does that mean. In statics, a structure is statically indeterminate or hyperstatic when the static equilibrium equations are insufficient for determining the internal forces and reactions on that structure. Based on Newton's laws of motion, the equilibrium equations available for a two-dimensional body are the forces along the horizontal and the forces along the vertical, and summation of moment. So we have in Newton's laws of motion, we have three equations available. So in the beam construction below, there are four unknown reactions. There are V sub A, V sub B, V sub C, and H sub A. So in here, the equilibrium equations are, like I said before, the three available equations in Newton's laws of motion. But since we have four unknown forces, we cannot use those three, and they are insufficient for solving the computation. So since there are four unknown forces or variables, but only three equilibrium equations, this system of simultaneous equations does not have a unique solution. The structure is therefore classified as statically indeterminate. So if there are forces that are more than three that are applied in a particular member or an object, the three equations cannot be used and will be insufficient for computing and getting the answer. So on those kinds of problems, we call it the statically indeterminate members. So for our first problem, a rigid block of mass M is supported by three symmetrically spaced rods as shown below. Each copper rod has an area of 900 square millimeters, and they have an elasticity of 120 gigapascal. And their allowable stress is 70 megapascal. The steel rod has an area of 1,200 square millimeters, and the elasticity is 200 gigapascal. Its allowable stress is 140 megapascal. So our goal is to determine the largest mass that we can put or the rods can support. So we have here on both ends is the copper rods, and we have the steel on the middle. So our goal is to determine what mass can be placed that the rods can support. So for our solution, since we have three rods available, there are three forces going upward. Two forces on the copper and one force on the steel. And our goal is to get the mass, so we have a weight of the mass. So since there are four forces applied on that object, using
the three equations are insufficient. So this is what we call the Sandberg determinant. So first, we will get their deformation of the rods, and we will equate it to each other since their deformation has to be equal and to support the member. So getting the formula of deformation, stress times the length all over the elasticity. So our formula before on the deformation is force times the length all over area times the elasticity. But since we know that the stress is force all over area, we just simplify this as the stress. So by substituting the data given, stress of the copper times the length of 160 all over 120,000 is equal to stress of the steel times 240 all over 200,000. So we, as to simplify, we will get this equation as 10 times the stress of the copper is equal to 9 times the stress in the steel. So the question, we have an allowable stress in the steel of 140 megapascal. So we will use it as our reference in this equation that we get. So the stress of copper is equal to 9 over 10 times the stress of the steel allowable stress, which is 140. By computing, we will get 126 megapascal. But as you can see, the obtained stress in the copper is not okay, meaning it will exceed to the stress that the copper can get, because in the question we have only allowable stress of 70 megapascal. So first, we will just first disregard this and we will continue. So next is that we have the allowable stress of copper, which is 70 megapascal. Now we will put that stress in that equation and then equate 10 over 9 times the 70. And we will get 77.78 megapascal. And as you can see, it is less than 140 megapascal, which can also be which is accepted on the stress that steel can have, which is 140. So we will use this. We will use the stress of the steel, which is 77.78 megapascal, and the stress of the copper is 70 megapascal. Next. Okay, so our goal is to determine the largest mass. So we have an area of the copper of 900 square millimeters and the steel of 1,200 square millimeters. So as I said before, we will use the 70 megapascal and the 77.78 megapascal. By using the forces along Y, we have two forces of copper and one force of steel, and we will equate it to the weight. Now, for further, for the force, we know that force is equal to the stress times the area, so we will use this equation. So 2 times the product of stress and area of copper plus the product of stress of the steel and the area of the steel equal to mass times the gravitational force, which is the weight. So substituting the data that we obtained, the 70 megapascal and the 77.78 megapascal, equating to m times 9.81 gravitational force. We can now compute for the mass that we can put, or the three rods that can support the mass, which is 22,358.4 kilograms. For our next example, the rigid platform in the figure below has negligible mass and rests on 2 steel bars. Each has 250 millimeter long. The center bar, the aluminum, is aluminum and 249.90 millimeter long. To compute the stress in the aluminum bar after the center load, P is equal to 400 kilonewton has been applied. For for each steel bar, the area is 1,200 millimeters squared, and the elasticity is 200 megapascal. For the aluminum bar, the area is 2,400 square millimeters, and the elasticity is 70 megapascal. So, our goal is to determine the information that when an applied force is being put on those three rods. So the deformation on the steel will be equal to the deformation of the aluminum plus 0.10. So the 0.10 was given on the figure, and as we will expand the formula, we will get the stress times the length over the elasticity of the steel equal to the stress times the length over the elasticity of the aluminum plus 0.10. So including the datas, stress of the steel times 250 over 200,000 is equal to stress of the aluminum times the length 249.90 over 70,000 plus 0.10. Now simplifying that equation, we will get into this equation as stress of the steel is equal to 2.856 times the stress in the aluminum plus 3. Now we will use the summation of forces along Y. We have two forces along the steel rods and one force of the aluminum, weighted to 400 kilonewtons. 400 newtons, which is also 400 kilonewtons. And using the formula of force, which is stress times the area, we will come up with this equation. Now substituting the values of the equation that we obtained a while ago, that is 2.856 times the stress of the aluminum plus 1 times 1,200 here, plus the stress of aluminum times its area, 2,400 square millimeters, equal to 400,000 newtons. By simplifying that equation, we will obtain 9,254.4 times the stress of the aluminum plus 192,000 is equal to 400,000. So our obtained stress of the aluminum is 22.48 megapascal. So our next further would be
so I am Marcus Lang Spotlight, and I'm going to report about thermal stress. Thermal stress is very familiar to us because we've learned this in physics. We call it thermal expansion, wherein objects tend to expand when the heat of the object is increased. The formula for thermal stress is elongation is equal to the coefficient of thermal expansion multiplied by change in temperature multiplied by the initial temperature. So here is a problem about thermal stress. A regular horizontal bar of a two-pole masses connected to two rods as shown in the figure. The system is initial stress free, calculate the temperature change that will cause tensile stress of 90 megapascals in the transmitter. Assume that both rods are subjected to the change in temperature. So here's the solution. So we will take the moment at the hinge point in support. So that will be the key point. So equating the force subjected by the bronze multiplied by the brass multiplied by 5 minus 3 multiplied by the force in copper is equal to 0. So we know that the force is equal to the stress multiplied by area. So we substitute that to the equation, getting the value of stress in copper, which is 120 megapascals. So the deformation is equal to stress multiplied by length over the space units. So the stress is 90 multiplied by the length of 2 meters divided by the space equation, so 100 megapascals. We get the deviation. So by ratio and proportion from this triangle, we can get the elongation by thermal stress minus the elongation by force over 3 is equal to elongation by force in stress minus elongation by thermal stress in stress over 5 is equal to. So from that equation, we just substitute the given values and we'll get the production temperature, which is 56.0 degrees Celsius.
We're gonna discuss another problem for the business. In this problem, it is required to get the angular inclination of T for C after the event for swap and change of temperature. So to get that, we have to get the forces acting on each round by summation of the horizontal, rather vertical forces equals to 0. In the moment at B, we can get the forces at AC and FB, which is 0.8 and 0.7 So to calculate change in length caused by the internal force, it is force times the length over the cross-sectional area times the S dc. Substituting the values in the computed forces, we can get 2.72 times 10 to the negative pH for AC and 6.34 times 10 to the negative pH for PP. Change in length caused by temperature. Since both the rods are of the same material and the same original length, we have a value of change in temperature as the same, 49.2 times 10 to the negative pH. So since the applied force is here at the bar BB, the inclination will be downwards through AC. We get the data, we can compute that by substituting by getting the tangent data, tangent of the deformation of BB minus deformation of AC. By the way, the deformation of BB and deformation of AC is the sum of the deformation by force AC plus the deformation of the temperature, which is for AC 51.9 times 10 to the negative pH, and for BD 55.5 times 10 to the negative pH. So to compute for the data, to make the angle of inclination into the right tangent of the deformation of BD minus deformation of AC over the N. That is the difference, the distance of the two rods. So we get 6 times 10 to the negative